Like to call this meeting to order. Moved by Councillor Ruff, second by Councillor Coddick, resolved that the regular meeting commence at the hour of 7 p.m. And be it further resolved that council acknowledges that we are meeting in the Robinson Superior Treaty area on lands that have been traditionally used by several Indigenous nations, but we would like to pay special recognition to our closest Indigenous neighbors, the community of Biktikan Nishnawbek and Nemazigamik Nishnawbek First Nations. We wish to recognize the long history of the First Nations and Métis people in our region specifically and show respect to them today. All in favor? Carried. The additions and deletions to the agenda.
Through the chair, there are two additions to the agenda. Item number 12-02, My Rise survey results added to the admin report. And item number 12-04, Ontario Good Roads Association Conference Delegation Request.
Thank you. Any disclosure of pecuniary interest or general nature thereof? Seeing none. Approval of the agenda. Moved by Councillor Rolla, second by Councillor Ruff, resolved that the agenda be approved as amended. All in favor? Carried. Delegations, presentations, adoption of the minutes. Moved by Councillor Ruff, second by Councillor Hudson, resolved that the minutes of the special council meeting held January 13th, 2026 are adopted as circulated. All in favor? Carried. Okay, moved by Councillor Rolla, second by Councillor Ruff, resolved that the minutes of the regular council meeting held January 14th, 2026 are adopted as circulated. All in favor? Carried. Petitions, correspondence, reports of meetings. Moved by Councillor Ruff, second by Councillor Coddick. Resolved that the minutes of the Thunder Bay District Court of Health meeting held December 17th, 2025 be accepted as received. All in favor? Carried. Moved by Councillor Rolla, second by Councillor Ruff, resolved that the minutes of the District of Thunder Bay Social Services and Services Administration Board held December 11th, 2025 be accepted as received. All in favor? Carried. Okay. One more. Okay. Update. Okay, I just want to say, I hope everyone's looking forward to this weekend. Frosty Days is going to be a fun-filled event. So many things going on. Even the weather is going to cooperate. Okay, it looks like it's going to be +2 over the weekend. So I don't know how good that's going to be for the snow machines, but for the people watching, it's going to be very comfortable. And one last thing, don't forget, Saturday is Valentine's Day. Don't forget your sweetheart. Okay. Don't forget. Alrighty. For you.
Thank you. Through the chair, just to tie into Mayor Moffitt's update. There's many activities going on over Frosty Days weekend. You can see the lineup of events on the Manitowocc Community Services Facebook page, as well as in the Boreal, which is available online and by people.
I also noticed there was brochures at the grocery store.
Oh, great, that.
Yeah, the little check through all of them.
Great, thank you.
I just thought of something else, just for people that aren't aware of the parking. Can you elaborate on the parking?
Oh, yes, certainly. So through the chair, the parking at the ski hill for the hill climb drag races is only available to the racers themselves and the volunteers. There will be parking available on one side of the ski hill this year.
That's Ski Hill Road.
Ski Hill Road. And there will be a free shuttle from Lions Beach to the ski.
Okay, thank you. Okay, over to business. Moved by Councillor Kotick, seconded by Councillor Hudson. Resolved that council is in receipt of administration report 2026-02 submitted by Jolene Keel, CAO clerk, regarding council remuneration 2026 to 2030.
Thank you, through the chair. So council must review and give direction on remuneration for the 2026 to 2030 term of council. This is required under the municipal act. Any changes would not take effect until after November 15th, 2026. So this is for the next term. Currently, the composition that council's remuneration is set at is slightly below comparable municipalities. However, one difference is our municipality does allow for a per diem per meeting. And so council has options, as stated in the report. They can remain status quo, they can put in an increase. The option is up to council, and so we're just seeking direction from council to bring back a bylaw.
Okay, thank you. Would you like to start, Councillor Hudson?
Through the chair, I feel like there should be a slight increase. What I had figured out was 5%. So 5% on the mayor's would be $494.40, and for council would be $309. And the per diem, instead of having two separate a half day, full day, just to have it as one, as 200, and just leave the attendance as is. That's my suggestion.
Okay,
Through the chair, I agree with a slight increase. And that's it.
Through the chair, honestly, my opinion is so bad. I think status quo is fine. I've never really paid attention to remuneration, honestly. I mean, an increase by all means, but I would just think status quo is fine.
Through the chair, I feel completely differently. Given the recent discussion around a 2.5% tax raise, I don't think that we should be paying council. I think that we should only be paying expenses and travel. And that, whether you guys agree or not, that's up to you. But I think if we're having this much of a discussion with the public around funding what I deem an essential service, I don't think we need to be being paid $200 a day.
Through the chair, so for clarification, the per diem that Councillor Hudson and Councillor Ruff are speaking to are under the travel policy. This is a remuneration bylaw that we're looking at adjusting. We could certainly look at bringing back the travel policy as well if council so chose. But today, for tonight's purposes, it's to look at the remuneration.
So that would be, sorry, so that would be the $55 per meeting?
Correct, as well as the annual
Okay,
remuneration.
so again, I would like to take that down to 0. And I feel that we would, not saying anything negative about this council at all, you know, I like you guys. I think that in the next election, it would bring forth potentially candidates that are here, I don't want to say for the right reasons, but because it's not a lot of money, nobody's here for the money, but it would take that off the table entirely.
My thoughts, I would lean more towards what you were saying, a 5%. I was actually thinking myself 10. 10% would be a total increase for everybody put together of $3,400 for the whole year, per year. Because this increase is not, it's not in every year, it's a one-off, and then we're leveled for the year. So I mean, you know, 10% or 5%, it's but I think, you know, it is something that, I mean, I agree, we're not here for the money, definitely, but at the same token, you know, there is a lot of time put in for this, and you know, I think councillors should be compensated myself. And we are below the rest of the communities in the area as it is, even if you add the per diem per meeting. So if, I mean, if you two are good for 5%, I'd say go with that. Yeah, that would my vote would be. Which is not a very large increase at all. So that would be a total of $1,700. Basically per year increase on the total wages for the council,
The whole council.
the whole council. So. Good with that? Bring it to the vote. Okay, so resolve that council is in receipt of administration report 2026-02 submitted by Jolene Keough, CAO clerk regarding the council remuneration 2026 to 2030, and further that council direct staff regarding remuneration for mayor and council for the 2026 to 2030 term of council as follows. Increase of 5% for the, how would we word that?
Through the chair, that would be a 5% increase to the annual remuneration.
Okay. Good for your rating. That's better than mine. Okay, thank you. Okay, as follows, set an increase of 5% to council's annual remuneration. All in favor? Carried. Oh, no, oh, yes, also. Okay. Next is. Moved by Councillor Ruff, second by Councillor Hudson, resolved that council is in receipt of administration report 2026-03 submitted by Jolene Keough, CAO clerk regarding My Ride survey. Yeah.
Thank you through the chair. So as council and the public are aware, the My Ride programs for funding is going to be coming to an end March 2026. There's no provincial or federal grants that are available to operate established services. So I know a lot of the survey comments that we should be seeking grants, and I just want to be clear that we have looked and we continue to look. However, grants are not used for operating services. They're for implementing new services, and this current My Ride program had received 6 years of funding through the Ministry of Transportation to operate. So it's an established service, and so unfortunately grants are not available to offset any costs. Adding My Ride to the municipal budget would cost approximately 100,000 annually, and which would create a 2.5% annual tax increase. So this 2.5%, sorry, would be in addition to any other increase that would be brought forward annually. So it could potentially, if there was a 3% increase to the annual budget, then 2.5 would be on top of that, resulting in, as an example, 5.5%. And so we put out a survey to the public to determine whether there was public support to fund the program under the operating budget, because this has never been under the scope of the township. It has always been a hospital program. And we have received a lot of comments and emails that they felt that the township should continue funding the program. So the survey was conducted online and by paper copy for a 2-week comment period. The total amount of surveys received between votes was 196. And so the result of the survey, collectively, no was 60%, yes was 33%, and unsure was 7%. And we really thank everybody for participating in the survey. We received a lot of submissions, 196, which for us, you know, whenever we put out a survey, we don't usually see that amount. So we thank everybody for participating. And so we certainly have tried to look at continuing the program with the hospital. But unfortunately, we're at a point where any assistance that the township could provide would have to go and be incorporated into the operating budget. And so we brought this forward to council to seek direction.
Okay, I guess I'll start with this one. First of all, yes, thank you, everybody, for participating in the survey. That's basically 10% of the population. Yeah. So, my ride is a Santé Manasquash Health Program. Okay, the hospital created it, operates it, and has always delivered the service. Okay, in 2019, they asked the township only to help secure a provincial grant for a new van, which the township obtained. This is how we got into the picture. Since then, the program has been funded entirely by the Provincial Community Transportation Grant, not municipal dollars. Okay, the funding ends March 31st, 2026. And because my ride is an established hospital service, is not eligible for operating grant. There was a warning put out this time last year at a council meeting that this was ending. And we all agreed. In fact, I think you had to go back to the funder and ask for an extension because there was funds available. So there actually was a 1-year warning that this was gonna come, this was gonna happen. So, well, now we're here, okay? So this is a vital service to the community, okay? Like, we all agree. However, I'm gonna say it again, it is a hospital program, okay? This is not a program that I want to add to the operating budget. I, for one, am not in favor of the township funding this program. I would like to see it go back fully to the hospital, and hopefully they can come up with a solution before the funds run out. So that is my take on it. And now we'll go around the table and have any comments or questions?
Through the chair, I will be honest, I have struggled a lot with this. It is a very much needed service in our community. It used to be run by volunteers. I feel like maybe it could go back to that and only be maybe a couple days a week. The building's there, the truck is there. You just need some people to step up and be able to volunteer and be there for the seniors of our community. I struggle with wanting to add this to the municipal budget. 2.5% is a lot, as the CAO said, if there is another increase with the rest of the budget. So this has been a really, honestly difficult decision for myself.
For everybody.
Yeah.
Well, through the chair, my discussions and the survey results show the majority of taxpayers do not want 2.5% increase. Through other discussions I've had too, I agree with the mayor, this is a hospital program. And although it is valuable, I will not approve a 2.5% increase to taxpayers. I leave it on the hospital to take over from here. That's fine. That's it.
Thank you.
Through you, Mr. Chair, being honest, I haven't struggled as much with this because people really are chafing under the tax issue. People are clearly not pleased with the state of taxes, and while this is a valuable service.
Okay, I was told.
microphone for you.
Yeah, I didn't think it was me.
Okay, I was getting too controversial, but Mike decided to keep me. What a close ass.
Okay, sorry,
Where was I? I don't even remember. I was talking about that.
start over.
Easier said than done.
You weren't struggling, is what you're saying.
I wasn't really having a hard time with the decision. People aren't happy with the tax rate. I get that. So with this, while it is incredibly valuable service, and I understand accessibility in this town is a real challenge. We know that. We go to these places, you see people can't, there's like very few actually accessible buildings here, and then to add vehicles not to that list is a real problem, but do 2.5% on a tax base that's already happy, and majority, not like one majority, but majority does not want that tax increase. It just wouldn't sit well with me. Maybe down the road, it's something that can be revisited when the budget is more light, let's say, like when the contract with GFL runs out, for example. Perhaps down the road, that's something the municipality might have spare money for. But for right now, this tax increase is just not something I think the township could really do.
Okay,
There we go.
thank you.
Through the chair, I have a question for Mr. McGregor. Just to clarify what exactly a 2.5% increase looks like on our average households.
I guess
I think
that's out of
it's got
commission.
off to the-
Thank you, and through you, Mr. Chair, the answer to that is during the 2025 budget consultations, we had identified that the average single residential property value is approximately $41,100. And applying the municipal tax rate, that works out to approximately $2,950 in taxation. So if you apply 2.5% of that, it works out to about $73.75 per year for that 2.5% tax increase estimated.
Thank you. So at $73 a year, that works out to $6 a month. That's. For me, I am disappointed in some of the comments that I saw, both online and in the survey. I understand if you don't want to fund this, but there is no reason to get nasty about it. This is, in my opinion, an essential service, and people need it. Any of us could be one accident away from needing this service. And if it were up to me, I would absolutely fund it. But I don't feel like it would be proper representation to go ahead and do that after seeing the results of the survey. So right now, I'm a no for adding it to municipal budget, but I will say that the remainder of my pay for the remainder of this term from council will be put towards my ride.
Thank you. Okay, I mean, there's no doubt about, we all know this is, well needed essential service, and I really hope that it will continue through efforts of the hospital, because it sounds like we are going to step aside. That's how I feel the consensus is gonna go, so I'm gonna ask the question. And further, that council direct staff regarding My Ride survey as follows. Not add the My Ride program to the annual municipal operating budget. All in favor? Carried. Okay. Next. Moved by Councillor Kotick, second by Councillor Ruff, that the following council members be appointed to the Director of Public Works Hiring Committee. Oh, okay.
Thank you through the chair. So, Tyler Brewster, our Director of Public Works, had provided notice, and so we will be posting a new position that's available, and so usually typically 2 members of council will join the hiring committee with the CAO.
Okay, so I myself would like to be on it.
I will step aside on this one. I was on the last hiring committee for a manager, so.
I do not know what my schedule is going to look like.
Oh, I'm more than willing to send on it if no one else is available.
Okay. Okay, so that would be you, me, and Braden. Okay, so the members on the hiring committee will be myself and Councillor Kotick. All in favor? Carried. Okay. Moved by Councillor Hudson, second by Councillor Rolla. Resolved that council requests delegations with the following ministers at the 2026 Ontario Good Roads Association Conference. So myself and CAO Keo will be attending. So I would say. Who did you say put on? Kelsey. Environment, Minister of Environment?
Yeah.
Okay. And Minister of Health? Any other suggestions or topics that feel we can bring down to Toronto? The environment, we're gonna target basically this new recycling program that come out in January.
Okay.
And see how it affects us because we're already in the program. That's my goal for that. If we can get any reimbursements or help because we're already existing, so. And then Ministry of Health, we go check with the hospital and see if there's anything that's, help them bring forward. So are there any other ministers or ministries that we should request?
Through the chair, my brain keeps saying recreation. Like, I don't know if there's any funding being sought at the moment for, like, whether it's the chalet or repurposing the pool area or anything like that. Like, that's just where my brain's going.
Through the chair, those, I think that those applications need to be processed and put through first, and then we can request. And that may be something that we would look at, bringing a request to able.
Yeah, because our first one for the ski chalet was turned down.
Yes. And
So
we're just waiting
now-
for a new one to come up.
Yeah, let's revamp it or wait for the next round.
Okay.
Because it was oversubscribed or whatever the reason
Yeah.
was. So, okay, well, anything else?
My thought would be the Minister of Transportation. Just, there has been a lot of fatal accidents on Highway 17 and Highway 11. I know they're aware of it, but I feel that if we push, the more we push the issue, the more likely they are to do something about it.
Oh, okay, I mean, like, we could do that. But on that note, that is a very heavy topic on the committee that I'm on, the Superior East Mayor's Group. From Manitowoc to Chapleau. And we're really hitting hard with that.
Okay.
Because a lot of it, well, the mayor from Chapleau, he's really strong on that. He has a construction company, he's on the highway a lot. And also he's looking at trying to get the MTO to put more funding into the Salton Road. So that's just, but the accidents and that's also being brought up. So for one community to do it, I don't know if that's something that we should do, because I know we are bringing it up as that,
As long as
That
it's
group.
being
oh,
pushed.
for sure, yeah.
That's my main concern is I don't want it to fall silent, especially going into the summer months, because it seems that it gets quieter in the summer, and then as soon as it starts happening again in the winter, everybody starts up again.
So actually, what I can do is I can contact, Mayor, I can't remember his last name, Ryan, anyway, from Chapleau, to see if, that's something that we can go, see how many mayors will be at Good Roads, and maybe we can put a joint delegation in,
Yeah,
which I think would be
That would
more,
be excellent.
yeah, that would be stronger, so, yeah, let's shoot, let's shoot, we're doing it that way. Okay, perfect, anything else? Okay, perfect, okay, so, resolve that council requests delegations with the following ministers at the 2026 Ontario Good Roads Association Conference. The Ministry of Environment, Conservation and Parks, also the Ministry of Health. All in favor? Carried. Bylaws? Okay. Bylaws. There's nothing? No bylaws? Okay, motions and notice of motions? No? Closed session? Here we go. Moved by Councillor Rupp, second by Councillor Kotick, whereas section 239 4 of the Municipal Act 2001 SO 2001 C 25 provides that before holding a meeting or part of a meeting that is to be closed to the public, a municipality or local board or committee of either of them shall state by resolution the fact of holding of the closed meeting and the general nature of the matter to be considered at the closed meeting. Now therefore be it resolved that this meeting is hereby closed to the public as the subject matter being discussed falls under the following sections. Section 239(2)B, personal matters about an identifiable individual, including municipal or local board employees, staff matters. Section 239(2)F, advice that is subject to solicitor-client privilege, including communications necessary for that purpose, legal matters. All in favor?